Hello, everyone. We are here at the 29-yard line on Huntington Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, where Penn State just escaped with a narrow 26-25 victory. Lyle, I'll let you kick it off. What were your main takeaways from this matchup?
I think to start, the defensive tackling was an issue. They remind me a lot of the Bowling Green game where the Penn State defense just couldn't wrap up their opposing offense. Guys were getting extra yards after the contact, couldn't wrap out, were juking them out, lots of problems there. But that kind of went away, I think, after the first two offensive possessions. And then came the special teams issues. They had a blocked punt that they ended up scoring, the Minnesota offense ended up scoring on the next possession off of a trick play. And then later in the game, when Penn State had a chance to tie it up at 17-17 off of a Drew Aller rushing touchdown, Ryan Barker got his extra point blocked. Minnesota took it 97 yards to the crib for a two-point conversion going into the half of the 19-16 lead.
Yeah, Penn State certainly had some missed opportunities in this game and a lot of sloppy play, especially throughout the first half. Notably, the running game struggled, I thought, especially early. Nick Singleton was not great in the first half. Katron Allen didn't even touch the ball in the first half. He came out and got the first run of the second half, so a little bit of a better third quarter for him. And then Nick Singleton obviously came on a little bit later in the game, got involved in the passing game as well, so they kind of helped contribute to the victory. Drew Aller had a pretty efficient day through the air, 21 for 28 with a touchdown, took care of the ball, no turnovers or anything like that. Penn State had a few guys go down with injury today, notably Anthony Donko, who seems like he goes down every game. We'll see what's up with his status. Safety Tyrese Mills, defensive tackle Alonzo Ford go down on back-to-back plays and leave the game. Venga Ione went down for one play, came back in. Denied Dennis Sutton missed a little bit of time, but came back into the game. So Penn State was a little bit banged up today. They kind of had to struggle through this one. Minnesota made some plays in some big moments, had a big 48-yard field goal, another 42-yard field goal, and just had some key plays like the trick play that resulted in a touchdown that Lyle talked about. But at the end of the day, Penn State with a very clutch final drive. A little bit uncharacteristic for James Franklin. Typically, he's more on the conservative side, but they had a 4th and 1. They send out the punt team. They dial up a trick play, and they actually had the opportunity for Dominic Rulli to check out of the play if the defensive alignment was, didn't allow for it, but they liked what they saw. They stuck with the trick play, and Luke Reynolds ends up getting the ball and goes for a 32-yard run down the left hash and sets up Penn State in Minnesota territory. Then they convert on a couple more fourth and ones there. One, a tush push with Drew Aller. The other one, Aller scrambles around for a while before he finds Tyler Warren on a pretty wild play there to kind of seal the deal. So Penn State escapes this game. Obviously they struggled a lot at times, but they get the win, which I think is the most important thing. Lau, did you have any more closing thoughts before we finish this one?
Just think they wanted to win the turnover battle. James Franklin talked about it on Monday, talked about it on Wednesday, and they did just that today. Dom DeLuca had a big-time interception where he took it down for a 28-yard return, setting up a Ryan Barker field goal that ultimately, without that field goal, you don't know if they win that game. And then Zachy Wheatley, he's won that Turnover King award during the summer. Didn't force the fumble, but he recovered a botch, a little toss play by Minnesota, that set Penn State up. And I just think, this game they don't think they win without those turnovers.
Yeah. We're very cold, so we're going to end the video here. We hope you guys enjoyed, and please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you guys next week.